Master, today's little story is the tale of the iPhone 17. You've probably heard Apple has dropped the 128GB model from its newest iPhone 17. Master, why would they get rid of 128GB? That's the times we live in. What used to be a big helping is now a small side dish. Photos are high resolution. Videos run longer. Apps get fatter every year. Your storage melts away. More and more people are saying, "Wait, it's full already? Master, does it really eat that much?" You bet. A single video takes gigabytes. Apps take hundreds of megabytes and swell with every update. In today's life, 128GB is like renting only half a closet. So Master, the iPhone 17 with 256GB is the way to go? Hold your horses. The 256GB iPhone 17 is $129,800, just $15,000 more than the iPhone 16. That makes you raise an eyebrow, doesn't it? Master, 15,000 yen sounds like a fortune to me. I get it, but a craftsman thinks in years of use. Over 3 years, that's about 416 yen a month. Over 4 years, about 312 yen a month. For the price of a cup of tea or a can of coffee, you double your storage. Get a new brain, the A19 chip, and on-device AI. What's on-device AI? It means the phone itself does the smart work, sorting photos, transcribing, translating, voice control, right on the device. Not sent off to a server. Faster, safer. The newer the chip, the sharper the tricks. So you're also buying future potential. Exactly. And remember, actual usable storage is always less than the label. The system eats some of it. Start with 256GB and you won't spend New Year's cleaning out your phone. Peace of mind comes from space of mind. But Master, what about the cloud? Good question. The cloud is a handy second home. But it charges rent every month and it's slow when the signal's weak. Keep your daily stuff in your own closet, the phone, and store the long-term boxes in the storage unit, the cloud. I see. Beyond that 15,000 yen difference lie the speed of the A19, the art of on-device AI, the roominess of 256GB. Right, a tiny difference today can bring a big difference every day. Master, so a tiny difference today brings a big difference every day. That's it. Even if your wallet feels a little lighter. You're using it every day. The screen's gorgeous, it's fast, it's spacious, and above all, it feels like the latest thing. A small dent in your wallet, a giant leap in your day. You know, as Neil Armstrong said, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And with that, our story is done. Ladies and gentlemen, today's story is called The Tale of JR Online Reservations. Master, I heard JR has finally gotten convenient. You can book trains nationwide online now, right? You'd think so, wouldn't you? But for years it was all chopped up. In the old JNR days, there was one company, but after privatization, it split into JR East, Central, West, Kyushu, and each built its own online reservation system. So if you wanted to go from Tokyo to Izumo, you'd book to Okayama on EX service, then switch to E5489 JR West online train reservation for the next leg. Different apps, different logins. A real hassle. Wow, that sounds messy. Well, recently, JR East, Central, West and Kyushu agreed to link their online reservations. Ekinet, EX service, E5489 and JR Kyushu Internet Train Reservation Service will support cross-login and display of each other's bookings. That sounds like a relief. From October the 4th, 2025, EX Service and E5489 start cross-login. By fiscal 2026, they'll be fully seamless, and the other services will join from 2027 onward. Even the paper ticket problem and true ticketless travel may finally move forward. I see, travel's about to get easier. Master, so that means we can finally book all JR trains nationwide at once. Exactly. JR is finally combining everything into one-stop online reservations. Convenient at last. And remember, don't stop improving, but keep moving toward a true one-stop service. And that's our show. Master, you mean that Jaguar? The fancy luxury car? So cool! That's right. Jaguar Land Rover itself got hit by a cyber attack and had to suspend production. That's the tale. What? A car attacked over the internet? That's hard to picture. In our time, my boy, everything from factory machines to inventory to ordering runs through networks. One attack, and not just the tires, but the whole factory comes to a halt. They say production stopped until October 1. Wow! Sounds like a traffic accident, but digital. Exactly. Just the other day, Heathrow Airport had chaos from a cyber attack. Attacks targeting British companies are on the rise. It's like cyber terrorism. So not just cars stopping, but planes too. Scary times indeed. Very scary. The internet's convenient, but in bad hands, it can strangle your lifeline. That's why safety and countermeasures are vital now. Master, so cars and planes all become Osaka. That's Japanese for busted, wrecked and stuck. You've got it. Even luxury cars and high-end systems, once attacked, hit a dead end. Jaguar's production line is stalled, but as a flagship British car maker, they better fire at and sink the bugs and get back on track. Me? I'm sitting here on the high seat telling the tale, but those cars are way too high-priced for me to reach. And that's the end of our show. Hey Apprentice, have you heard? GMO just made something outrageous. Master, is it another money-making scheme? Stocks? Crypto? No, even crazier. They built a humanoid robot that looks exactly like their CEO, Masatoshi Kumagai. So Master, that means a robo-CEO? Exactly. They say it can attend meetings and even do one-on-one sessions with employees. Master, then the real CEO can just relax and go golfing. Don't get carried away. The base is a Chinese robot called G1, and they just stuck Kumagai's face on it. A CEO face stuck on a robot. That's terrifying. Imagine meeting it in the hallway at night. They say if you talk to it, it replies based on GMOism, the company's philosophy. Master, I think employees would prefer jokes instead of philosophies. Some people are already saying, who needs a humanoid CEO? An AI chatbot or a picture would be enough. Master, if that works, I want a Robo-Master. Then I can skip practice. You fool. If that happens, all your training will be with Robo-Master. Sounds convenient, Master. Convenient? No. If Robo-Master takes the stage, you'll see it bow and say, thank you for coming to the Enge Hall despite the rain. Imagine that. Master, at least Robo-Master won't sing songs in the middle and slack off. It'll do the job perfectly. Idiot. Some fans actually come just to hear me sing. But Master, Robo-Master would be perfect for classical Rakugo. 24/7 performances. And if that happens, you'll never have the chance to become a headliner. Master, then Robo-Master is absolutely forbidden. This world where AI takes over jobs, it's unbearable. And you know, in Japanese, AI is pronounced RE, which also means love. Master, you mean with AI you'll be replaced in no time, just like that? You fool. Worry about yourself before worrying about me. IE, Master, no. And that's the end of the story. Yotaro, what do you think happens when a person dies? Shisho, or Master, or Sensei. Anyway, Shisho. They go to the afterlife and only come back during Obon. Well, people used to think that, but now you can recreate the dead with AI. Shisho, you mean even after death they can show up on Zoom? Something like that. I heard a doctor made an AI version of his late wife and still talks with her. Shisho, that's amazing. I want an AI girlfriend too. You're going to make a girlfriend while you're still alive? Or what? No wonder the birth rate keeps dropping. Shisho, but I heard the AI wife, pronounced RE in Japanese, which sounds like love, even gives advice for coming-of-age ceremonies. An AI that helps with kimonos and hair and makeup? That sounds handy. Shisho, they say there's little demand for bringing back a 98-year-old grandfather with AI. Of course. People have time to prepare for an old person's passing. It's the sudden losses that hit hardest. Shisho, so if I die suddenly, will you have someone make an AI Yotaro or an RE Yotaro and have it train on my behalf? Your AI Yotaro would be promoted to headliner in no time. That's perfect. Shisho, I'll train from today so I don't lose to AI. RE. Just kidding. Clever line. But if we rely on AI, the weight of life and death gets lost. Shisho, so you mean love? But because there is love, people do these AI recreations, right? AI Yotaro, if anything happens to me, please take care of things. You idiot. You're not even worth turning into AI. Shisho, no! And that's the end of the story. Yotaro! Did you update your iPhone to iOS 26? Yes, Shisho, but Safari looks totally different. I couldn't even close a single tab. That's because of the new liquid glass design. It looks sleek, but the tab button is gone. Now you have to long press the URL bar to close tabs. Long press the URL? That's like a secret handshake. Yesterday I had 50 tabs open. My iPhone was ringing like a wind chime. How many do you need, fool? But don't worry, you can change it back. Go to Settings, Apps, Safari, Tabs, and choose anything other than compact. That's a relief, but won't it look a bit old-fashioned if I switch back? Well, it's the eternal choice, appearance or usability. Then I'll choose usability. Just like Rakugo, content is more important than looks, right? True, except your Rakugo has neither content nor looks. Shisho, that's cruel. Listen, when Apple updates iOS, people complain, but the smart ones learn. Same in life. You must study and adapt. Wow, even at your age, Shisho, you keep learning. Impressive. Of course, unlike you, who learns nothing. Shisho, os. Just kidding. You idiot. Your brain needs an update, not just your phone. Yotaro. These days, young people post on social media so casually. But it's dangerous, you know. Master, I do it too. Just yesterday I wrote, a certain sushi restaurant, tiny fish on the rice. That's exactly the problem. Even if you say a certain place, if people can figure it out, it could still count as defamation. What? Even with a censor? Then what if I write, a certain sushi place in Ginza, super high class, only counter seating, the chef never talks, and they have a secret menu that only regulars know about? But lots of celebrities go there. Is that bad too? You fool! That's basically wide open. The only thing missing is the street address. Master, I read that over 60% of social media users post critical comments. About 37% with censored names, 26% with hints and vague insults, and 24% revealing private facts. Exactly, and you're proud to be part of the statistics, idiot? All of those can be charged as defamation or insult. And from 2025, there's this new information platform law. It makes it much easier to get the poster's identity disclosed. What? So my post about a certain sushi restaurant could be exposed right away? That's right, if the sushi chef brings a lawyer, you'll be unmasked in one shot. Then Master, does that mean we can't even vent online anymore? You can complain, but remember, freedom comes with responsibility. Oh, then next time I'll just post, a certain master beat up a certain disciple with a stick. That's safe, right? Are you talking about me? Just because you add stick as a gag, that's still a lie. But Master, I used a censor word. Idiot! Even with a censor, people will say, yeah, that certain master could totally do it. Certain master, I'll be careful from now on. Don't call me certain master. Everyone knows who you mean. Certainly. Master, certain master with a stick. I mean, no more toasts. And that's the end of the story.